Hello and welcome again to Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. And we are unpacking this week's comic book order from Diamond Comics. And we're going to start off with some whimsy today. A couple of Batman and Robin Pez dispensers. We got in several of each, so there's plenty of these. Feel free to come down and get those for you Pez collectors or Batman and Robin collectors. And it's a lot of fun, it's a lot of whimsy, but on a little bit more serious note, we would like to bring up that there is a more serious issue, and that is that this wizard is out on the loose, and if you have seen this wizard, approach him with extreme caution and do not attempt to use magic against this man. These wanted posters are available also at Fox's. They go on sale Wednesday, March 13th as well. Really sassy, cool for your room, and helps you spot Mr. Black if you should see him. After that, another thing that we're quite proud to have this week is some of the Batman Who Laughs #1, signed by Mr. Scott Snyder. They come with a Dynamic Forces certificate of authenticity, obviously. He only signed 300 of these, so if you want one, it is first come, first serve. Don't ask us to hold it for you because we will punch you in the groin instead. So you will want to come in and get it. Cash works best. Then next up we have some beautiful Game of Thrones Hand of the King pins. These are really relevant right now with the upcoming final season of Game of Thrones. Beautiful pin, well made, well done. They're fantastic. Which also brings us, speaking of well made and fantastic, from DC Collectibles, we've got in some of the Bombshells Big Barda statues hit today, and there's only 5,000 of these beauties made, and they are fantastic. So we are excited as all get out to have them, and look forward to not having them very soon. So if you get a chance, come on in and get you some Big Barda. Then we're going to start with the comic books for this week, and we're going to start with issue 1, Age of Conan from Marvel. Billet, I'm hoping I get that right. Those of you who are more Conan aficionados than I might know how badly I'm mispronouncing that, but that is issue 1 of that. Gorgeous cover, in our top 5 covers of the week, so congratulations, Marvel. You made it into the big room. Next up, also from Marvel, issue 1 of Age of X-Men, Apocalypse and the Extracts, with a very 70s groovy looking cover for issue 1 of that. Then also from Marvel, we have Age of X-Men, Marvelous X-Men, issue 2. A little less groovy of a cover, but still beautiful nonetheless. Also from Marvel, we have issue 17 of The Amazing Spider-Man, and a very, very good cover. We were going to put it in our top 5, but then we looked at the variant cover and we thought since Rhino was much better featured on the variant cover that we would give him the top 5 for that cover. So those of you keeping track at home, Amazing Spider-Man 17 variant cover is in our top 5 this week. I know several of you play along at home and keep track. Next up, also from Marvel, just to keep the pressure on the other publishers, we have issue 7 of As Guardians of the Galaxy. Next up, from Image Publishing, we have issue 1 of Assassination Nation. Looks very intriguing. Great looking story. Get you some of that, as always. Then up from Marvel, we have issue 5 of Avengers No Road Home. Quite a few people are really enjoying that run and are digging the poop out of that book. So sounds like it's been really, really good. DC makes their first appearance of this week with the Batman Who Laughs, The Grim Knight #1. And while, yes, we do have that cover is in our top 5, I have to tell you that the variant cover not only made the top 5, but was in the running for cover of the week. So a beautiful variant cover on the Batman Who Laughs, The Grim Knight #1. And then also, as always, we carry some blank cover variants in case you're going to a Comic-Con. you might be going, say, to Harrisburg Comic Con or Saluki Comic Con or the upcoming Benton Comic Con, which, by the way, that's in April, and it looks to be really, really good and really, really sassy. So we're going to throw out some love to the Benton Comic Con. You'll find it on Facebook. They've got a nice page for it. Looks like a really nice event, well handled, well done. Next up from Image, we have issue 6 of Blackbird. Almost made the top 5 covers. Just a beautiful cover on that. We loved it, loved it, loved it. And then from Boombox, issue 9 of By Night. Very popular here in the store. Then we have from DC, issue 9 of Catwoman. And very, very cool book. And then from Jinx World, we have issue 6 of Brian Michael Bendis's Cover. Great book, has been really, really solid. And a fantastic variant cover on that. Could have made our top 5, just a tough week for them, so I'm afraid they were in the top 10, but not the top 5. So we'll speak of it no further. Marvel is up next with Dead Man Logan, issue 5. And then Boom Studios didn't want to be left behind on the issue 5 front, so they have issue 5 of The Empty Man, Cullen Bunn's new book, and very, very good. DC is up next with issue 66 of The Flash. And surprisingly poor entry for the Flash variant, which we always enjoy very much, but this week's was really not that spectacular. Then from Image, we have issue 4 of The Freeze. Sounds like Mrs. Fox's Toes, but that's an entirely different story. And then we have from Boom Studios, issue 18 of Go-Go Power Rangers, which is coming back on hard after the Power Grid series they had. It's starting to really pick up again. And then the beautiful Power Rangers variant. Could have been in the top 5 in another week, but no, it's too difficult this week. DC is up next with issue 10 of Hawkman. And a beautiful variant cover for Hawkman. Issue 10. Another one that's a great story, but not a great cover, from Image Publishing, Headlopper. I believe it's issue 11. It's a quarterly comic, comes out once a quarter. Very thick, very nice. Lots of really creepy stories in it, and which makes it cool. Next up from Image Publishing, we have issue 2 of Kevin Smith's run on Hit Girl. So he didn't die, and he's writing Hit Girl right now. So, and I think he's back doing Jay and Silent Bob, or one of his earlier movies right now. So staying busy for a guy that almost bought the house. Next up, we have from Vertigo, part of the Sandman universe, we have House of Whispers, number 7. And a beautiful cover on that, just not quite capable of getting in. Those of you who might have missed out because of the damages we had on some of the Immortal Hulk last week for issue 14 with the large goiter on the Hulk, those will be available as well. We got in some more of those. Next up from Dynamite Publishing, or as we said in the 70s, Dynamite! We have James Bond Origin, issue 7. And that looks very, very sassy. It's being enjoyed by quite a few people. And then DC brings us issue 9 of Justice League Dark. And kind of a cool story going on there. And beautiful variant cover. Again, really should be in the top 5 this week. Just didn't quite get there. One of them that did, that kind of struck Mr. Fox as odd, but it's how the voting went, and I can't stop it, is from Image Publishing, a new book out this week called Little Bird, and this is chapter 1. It actually garnered enough votes to make it to our top 5 covers, so congratulations, Image, you're riding in the big bus. Next up from Valiant, we have issue 4 of Livewire. A lot of people enjoying Livewire. And if you have it on your pull list, you will get this cover, the pre-order bundle, and it has additional pages of content for the same price. Definitely the way to go is to get you some Valiant on your pull list. Next up, from Marvel, we have issue 1 of the magnificent Miss Marvel #1. All new, all different Miss Marvel #1. And also from Marvel, we have issue 2 of Marvel Action Spider-Man. And then up next from Marvel, we have issue 1 of Marvel Tales featuring Thor, or Tahor, but I think it's Thor. And then next up from Marvel as well, we have Marvel's Annotated, and that's book 2, and I think they're doing 4 of them total. And so that's that book. And then what a beautiful, obviously in our top 5 was in the running for cover of the week, the Marvel's Annotated variant cover, just gorgeous. Great image of Angel on the front, and you just can't go wrong with that. That was a strong contender for cover of the week. Very strong contender. Great job, Marvel. Next up from Alterna Comics, it's number 3 out of a 4-part miniseries called Midnight Mystery. Very, very cool. Image Publishing is up next with issue 6 of Murder Falcon. Kind of rock and roll. Looks like Mr. Fox with his mullet back in the days. Except he probably has more skill on the guitar than Mr. Fox. And less belly. Next up from Image Publishing and Robert Kirkman, the guy that brings us Walking Dead, we have issue 13 of Oblivion Song. Great story, great run. If you're not reading that, do yourself a favor, get you some Oblivion Song. It's really, really good. Marvel is up next with issue 3 of Old Man Quill. Image is then up next with issue 5 of Outer Darkness. Image Publishing is also up next with issue 4 of Mark Millar's Prodigy. And the variant cover on that is beautiful as well. Also in our top 5 covers of the week for those of you keeping score at home. Then from Marvel Publishing, we have issue 9 of The Punisher. DC brings us issue 32 of Red Hood Outlaw. And it advertises with Penguin. Not really a spectacular cover on that, but oh, the variant cover is in our top 5 because that is just gorgeous for Red Hood Outlaw 32. Beautiful cover. Nice job, DC. Marvel is up next with issue 19 of The Runaways. Kind of sounds like the people that are currently in the trunk of Mr. Fox's car. And then from DC Publishing, we have issue 35 of Scooby Apocalypse. Hey, Scoob. That's right. And then Marvel brings us issue 6 of Shuri. Image Publishing is up next with number 4 of 4. It's a 4-part series, so this is the final issue of Spawn Kills Everyone 2. And that's TWO, not TOO. So just be aware of those of you who are out there waiting to be the internet grammar police. Back up. Mr. Fox has this. Then from Marvel, we have issue 6 of Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider. Very, very nice. A surprise visit to the top 5 covers of the week made by Marvel's Spider-Man Deadpool 47. It took them 47 issues to get in the top 5, but we have finally, they have wore us down, and we are putting one of their books in the top 5 covers of the week because frankly it's a pretty sassy cover. So we liked it, we voted for it. So those of you who message us incessantly about the Spider-Man Deadpool series not making our top 5, your prayers have been answered, and you're welcome. Next up, also from Marvel, because that's what we are, is predominantly a Marvel shop apparently this week, is Star Wars Han Solo Imperial Cadet issue 5. And then also from Marvel, we got in more because we received some that were damaged last week. Star Wars Vader Dark Visions #1. Beautiful cover, can't make the top 5 because it's last week's cover, so we won't even discuss it further. DC is up next with Supergirl issue 28. And I gotta tell you, pretty sassy. There is Supergirl 28. Next up from DC, we have issue 9 of Superman. And as we always do, we show the variant for Superman, issue 9. Also from DC, we have Titans, issue 35. And again, just a beautiful Titans cover for the variant. Just gorgeous. Next up from IDW, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder in Hell, issue 2. Or for you youngsters at home, that's Shredder in Heck, issue 2. And then from Marvel, we have issue 9 of Tony Stark, Iron Man. And kind of a very interesting and nice cover on the variant. Also made our top 5. IDW is up next with issue 1 of Transformers, A Bold New Era. So for you Transformer fans, it sounds like a great place to jump on for the new run. Issue 1 of A Bold New Era. It doesn't get better than that. Next up from Marvel, we have Winter Soldier, issue 4. And then also from Marvel, we have issue 3 of Wolverine, The Long Night. DC is up next with issue 2 of The Wonder Twins. DC is also up with issue 66 of Wonder Woman. And as we always do, the beautiful Wonder Woman variant for issue 66. Just gorgeous. Obviously in the top 5 because Mr. Fox was voting as well. I vote for Wonder Woman blank cover variants to be cover of the week. So that'll tell you where Mr. Fox comes down. Marvel is up next though with issue 10 of X-23. A surprisingly strong entry for them. But it wasn't strong enough to get more votes than their variant cover, which is in because of Rhino on the front. So obviously that variant is in our top 5 this week. So congratulations, Marvel. That's at least 2 or more in our top 5 this week. And then we end this week, or we're close to ending. We have X-Force issue 4 from Marvel, also out this week. You're probably thinking to yourself, wow, I never heard what the cover of the week is. Well, you're right, you didn't. Because frankly, you don't deserve to hear it. But I'm going to give it to you anyway. We're going to start, we have a tie this week. We're going to give Catwoman issue 9 variant cover. Gorgeous. Every bit deserves to be cover of the week. Except for it happens to come out the same week as Supergirl issue 28 variant cover. And I'm just telling you, if you all don't see how DC is crushing it with these covers they're doing here recently, and Marvel, quite honestly, the game is lifted to a higher level. So congratulations to both companies. All of these products will be available at Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois on Wednesday, I believe Wednesday the 13th. But I did want to also mention the Hellboy Day that's coming up, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. We will be participating and have already started receiving some of the materials that are available for that day. So that will be not this Saturday, but the following Saturday will be Hellboy Day, and we will be a participant. That's it for this week. We hope to see you in here tomorrow. Thanks.